What's going on, everybody? Doc, Average Gamer Guys, back yet again. More Escape from Tarkov action and another new / teaching Tarkov episode where we're going to cover and talk about a recent event dealing with keys and some cryptic messages from BSG that we got. In addition to that, if you haven't caught this news, there are some new barters and some new items available from the traders that I think are going to make some good quality of life improvements. In addition to that, we've seen some additional changes to the mutant, so we're going to just kind of wrap all that stuff up in this episode. So hopefully sit back, relax, enjoy, and without further ado, let's jump into it. So I think the first thing we should talk about is this new event that's going on. Basically, it revolves around keys. I'm recording this the evening that this came out, and probably be 1 or 2 days before this goes up. So we may have some additional information. If we do, we'll post it in the comments below. But basically what it talks about, and Bakesy did a great job of helping us out with the translation here. It talks about a couple of guys we can assume at reserve getting shot at, some folks meeting at 1800, and then basically them talking about the traders are purchasing keys for less money, and people are bringing them in. Military base trading AKs for that, and hardly getting anything. What we have seen so far is that basically trader values for keys, not necessarily across the board, but in most instances have gone down. And you're going to ask, oh, why is that important? The biggest reason that would be important is for the flea market, and a lower trade price to a vendor price to a trader is going to drive essentially a higher fee if that item is marked up. What this feels like is an attempt to control a little bit better the cost of some keys, and obviously make large penalties. There is a diminishing return for pretty much all items in the game if they're posted on the flea, that once you get to a certain price, the fee that you're paying just makes the increment that you would add to it just not valuable. You're just not going to continue to see the good return. And that, a lot of it is based pretty much purely and solely around what it sells to the trader for. And I think that is what we're trying to get at here. Now, I will tell you, I did go into some raids. I was wondering if certain rooms were going to be unlocked at random. Specifically with reserve, there's a lot of discussion around reserve, around a lot of the keys that are required for the new tasks. There's a plethora of new reserve tasks this wipe, and I think this is kind of a reaction to that in an attempt to hopefully make those keys, I'm going to say, reasonable to purchase if you're not able to find them, and then hopefully make those quests a little bit easier to complete. And most of them are simple search and find type quests, which again, you just need the ability to get into the room to be able to find. And we have a handful of those across. Escape from Tarkov Shoreline is probably one of the best examples, but there's only a few Shoreline quests that require keys, and there are multiple reserve quests, especially new ones, that require keys and require multiple keys in order to complete the quest. So Interchange has a few. So it's important to say that is a part of the process. That's a part of the game, and that's a part of I don't want to call it the grind, but just the ability to progress with that. Keys have always been a big portion of that, especially the last couple of wipes. I just feel like, especially with the reserve and the amount of quests on reserve that require the keys, it can be a very limiting factor for those that are attempting to, again, complete all the quests, maybe go for Kappa, and just get some of that completion status. So more to follow on this. We'll see if there's any other major changes. It's interesting, they talked about the time and some folks meeting, so there's some more discussion around it having to do something with boss guards, Gluhar, cultists even got brought up into the conversation. So more to follow. I do have a feeling that this is less of a short-term thing and more of a long-term thing, especially from the economy of the keys. Now we can jump back over really quick and take a look at the actual flea market. Now I will tell you, as I've looked at this, the keys in general seem to be obviously cheaper than they were weeks ago. But there are certain specific keys, ones that I don't have. RBKSM probably being one really good example of a quest key that is required for a reserve task. You know, I haven't noticed any significant changes in these. You know, again, you've got a 1,000,000 ruble key here for KPRL. I haven't noticed these, although I don't know if these changes have taken effect long enough to see the impact of this. Obviously, a lot of this stuff here in red, there's a good chance that it was posted prior to this change. So this is something, again, I think we just keep an eye on, and we see if it has any major effect. Obviously, the later we get into the wipe, the easier these things are going to be, which is a smart strategy if you're just trying to quest and just casually playing the game and working towards, again, capo, or just getting these items complete, the quest complete. You know, that's something that you can do, and just wait to hopefully find them yourself, or again, buy them at a cheaper price. But time will tell. I will tell you, I haven't seen the same thing, although there seems to be a very high lack of key cards at the moment. Usually black and blue are pretty prevalent for the most part, and it looks like we're getting into a lot of barter trades here, which is going to be really interesting. So more to follow on that, but that's our current kind of event, if you will, going on. Again, not sure if it's a short-term or a long-term event, and that's what we know about it so far. Jumping over, let's talk about what's new for traders. I'm going to highlight one really small one before we get to Jaeger, which really has a lot of the big barter changes, which is Therapist. Therapist actually got the dog tags case added to level 1, and this has actually become cheaper. I think this usually used to be about 430 or so thousand rubles, now down to 344. I really like this change at level 1. If you're like me, I love to collect my dog tags. A dog tags case is also really beneficial. Dog tags you can throw in the Lucky Scav junk box, but it's something that can very easily fill up your inventory and take up a lot of space, especially early game or if you're running a standard account. So I don't see this as being a really big impactful addition outside of just helping standard account and newer players with just space management early on in the game. So big add. You definitely do need dog tags for a couple of quests as you progress. So it is a good thing to, you know, hang on to a handful of those instead of trying to search for them when you need them. And I think just the inclusion of this case, something very simple, very easy, level 1 therapist, grind out that money, and you get a good storage option, I guess, is the best way to say that. So nice little addition. Probably not most folks covering it. I cover it, again, because I buy these, and I keep all the dog tags, except for the ones that I have to turn in for the quests, because I'm weird. But that is just what it is. So Jaeger is the next big one to talk about here, and he's had really the most significant changes. The interesting thing is, in addition to therapists getting the dog tags case, you can also now trade for a dog tags case for 3 flash drives, which I thought was really cool. Again, I actually did this trade earlier today because I needed one, and I had dog tags that were taking up a lot of space. I think this is a really cheap, efficient trade to be able to do, so that's really cool. Probably the biggest ad for me here, and some people are going to say the cases, is the ad for the Ali Logistics key. Now, this comes in at level 3, and I'll confirm that here in a second, but this comes in at level 3. If you are questing and you're looking for this key, there's a spawn on customs where you can find this, but this is very much, in my opinion, a key that can block you from a lot of Ragman progression. Which is really important for your hideout upgrades. It's really obviously important for your progress and trying to get, you know, the traders leveled up, especially him, because I think he's really impactful as a trader mid and even into the late game with what you can buy from him. What I like about this is this barter is not really difficult at all. I think you're going to see 100 matches jump up in price a little bit because of this. Survival lighters really had no good value up until this point, maybe outside 1 or 2 other barter trades. They sell okay. Defuel you need for a lot of things. Honestly, all of these things, if you search filing cabinets, jackets, and interchange, really gonna have no problem, I feel like, finding a lot of this stuff. You actually even get some survival lighters, I think either from Jaeger or another quest reward. So there's some really good things for you to be able to hold on to, and I think Ali Logistics Department Office key, thank you so much, BSG, for adding this. Hardcore is another great example of this being really beneficial. So not that they need to tailor to that, but having a way to get these outside of just farming jackets and the spot is really, really nice. So if you're looking for this and you need it, it's there, and that's a great add. And I will confirm it is at level 3, so do just please keep that in mind. Gojin Cash Register Key has also been here for a little while, but that's another good one that can be a little bit of a gatekeeper as far as task progression. So just do keep that in mind. You got your survival lighter here, so need a couple of those for some really good keys, and make that barter trade as well. I honestly not super difficult either. Repellent can sometimes, I feel like, be a little bit harder to find, but it is what it is. In addition to that, probably the two other biggest things that we get with Jaeger is going to be a weapons case. Now, these are really beneficial for space, especially later game. This comes in at level 4, so please do keep that in mind. I love the trade for this, though. I'm going to be really honest with you. You can burn out some fuel, use up 5 standard blue fuel, which are good fuel, 5 pistol cases. This is a fantastic trade, in my opinion. If you're, again, you're going to use the fuel anyway, so you can turn these in empty, and then the pistol cases, you get 2 of them just through quest completion, and these are just not expensive really at all. They are more expensive now because you can make the trade. So as I said that, these used to be really, really cheap. I believe you can get these from therapists. Yeah, so you can look to get these from therapists for her barter. There's a very clear reason why these are out of stock now. But I think that's another good trade that you're going to be able to find yourself in. And I like that. I like that addition. Just more options for really good space management and cases. In addition, probably the better one that's added is this one right here, our thick weapons case, which is a fantastic case. Great storage capacity. You get one as far as quest completion here, but this is not a bad barter in my opinion either. Now, there is some argument to say, is this worth doing as far as space is concerned? You can see right now you can get one for about 5.8 million. You can get a weapons case for about 3. So arguably you'd be better off getting 2 weapons cases. But I'll be honest with you, if you have these or you have the means to get them, do some of the other barter trades, specifically with mechanic. Ammo containers are very, very easy. Mechanic is a great opportunity to be able to do that, and great storage and space expansion for him. And he gets these very early. This is actually one of my favorite current barters to do, because thermite you can find, again, back at interchange, green gunpowder, craft these relatively easy in the hideout, or buy them, or again, find them in your travels, or just buy the ammo case for 182,000. I really like that barter for Jaeger. I think it's a good space expansion. You had the opportunity to get a thick weapons case here from Mechanic. I think this is too steep of a price, in my opinion. You'd have to run the math to see. Like I said, you can buy one of these for about 6 million right now. This is too expensive, in my opinion. The ASA, again, you actually could probably save yourself quite a bit of money, so I should take that back. So you have some good options in order to get these cases and find opportunities to get these. And if you want to trade them up for a thick weapons case, you can do that. And you have some more options to be able to do that now. Again, it is important to note, 2 of these will actually hold 10 additional spaces over this thick weapons case. So just keep that in mind. If you like a really packed, organized, or you're really struggling for space, thick weapons case is obviously a good option. So that's what we have for you today. So a little bit of news, a little bit of updates. Oh, last thing I did want to cover and talk about is everybody's current favorite gun, the Mutant. The Mutant actually did see some recoil nerfs here. In addition, there's been some pretty big ergonomics changes to silencers and suppressors, which is just, I think, moving in a direction of trying to find a good balance for those items. In addition, if you recall or were able to buy this early, this weapon used to be about 80-something thousand, and they've continued to tweak the price. Right now it's sitting at 104. I anticipate this is actually probably going to continue to move up a little bit as they kind of find and figure out where they want this weapon to be. You've probably seen a ton of videos about how good this weapon is. I have used it personally. I really do enjoy it. It's a ton of fun. It absolutely slaps. But I think they're just trying to figure out right now of a good place to be able to find this. Where do they want to put it, and how do they want to manage the access to this? So some recoil nerfs. I don't think that's going to deter too many people. It hopefully makes it find itself in the meta a little bit better. And I think they're just trying to make the cost of entry to this weapon a little bit higher, obviously, with it now being 104,000. So keep that in mind. But if you are lucky enough to be able to get this, I don't think you mind paying the extra 20 or so thousand rubles and getting this bad boy out and giving it a run. If you haven't, definitely go give it a try, because it's a ton of fun. So that's what we got. Down and dirty, whole lot of info, a lot of different things that we talked about today. If you have any more, if you've been able to find any more about the key related event, very curious. Like to have that discussion in the comments, so post anything down below. Again, if I find anything pertinent over the next couple of days as we get this video uploaded, I will certainly throw that in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of some of the container and barter additions. I personally, again, am very excited about that. Just again, from an accessibility standpoint, I really do think they are trying to look out, especially for standard account users, a little bit more. I think we've seen that, especially this wipe, with just the inclusion of Lucky Scap Junk Box. Now, your dog tags case and a couple of other options for barters, just trying to make good stash management. I think they've realized that they don't want the stash management to be the limiting factor to you playing this game. There's a lot of other great things to be able to do instead of sitting here playing the Tetris game, and I think we've seen a lot of quality of life improvements over the last couple of months now with this wipe. So let me know in the comments below. Quick plug: like, comment, subscribe. Do appreciate all the support. These are helpful or informative, just let me know, and hopefully enjoyed. In addition to that, we do stream on Twitch Fridays and Saturdays, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then randomly throughout the week over on Twitch. That link's in the description. They're flashing on the screen as well. We've got a Twitter, we've got a Discord. If you ever want to stay up to date on the videos and when we go live and all that other stuff, and join a cool community with some folks looking to play EFT, that's a great place to do it. So we always post everything over on Discord. We're trying to do the same over on Twitter and get better with our social media presence. So we appreciate some follows, and hopefully we'll catch you on a stream sometime here real soon. I've been Doc, Average Gamer, guys. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next Escape from Tarkov video. Peace.